Chief Seattle, Great Statesman by Elizabeth Rider Montgomery. The Coming of the Bostons, Chapter 6. It was the end of summer in 1851. Chief Seattle's people were fishing for salmon near Alki Point. This was across the sound from Bainbridge Island. A small boat arrived. 3 young Bostons got out. Their names were David Denny, John Lowe, and Lee Terry. Using signs, they told Seattle they wanted a canoe and a guide. They were looking for a place to build homes. They had crossed the mountains in covered wagons. Their families were in Portland and would soon come to Puget Sound. Seattle had long known that settlers would come to his land one day. Some western tribes had trouble with the whites, but Seattle decided to make friends with them. He let the young men have 2 guides and a canoe. After they looked around, the Bostons decided to build their homes at Alki Point. They started to cut down trees for a cabin. Soon, Lowe and Terry left, and David Denny was alone. Seattle watched the young Boston with interest. David kept working on the cabin. He cut his foot on an axe. He fell sick with fever, but he did not give up. Seattle was pleased. This was a brave young white chief. On November 13, a bird canoe laid anchor off Alki Point. Seattle watched as a small boat was lowered. The boat came to the shore. Many white people got out. Half of them were children. One was a tiny baby. It was raining hard. The white women and children tried to get out of the rain. The cabin had no roof, so they sat on logs under the trees. The white men rowed to the ship. They brought boxes, barrels, and tools to the beach. Then the ship left. Soon, David Denny brought the other settlers to meet Chief Seattle. "This is my brother Arthur," he said. Seattle shook hands with Arthur Denny, Carson Boren, Charles Terry, and William Bell. "Welcome to the Greenland," he said. "We will live together as brothers." The settlers did not understand the words, but they knew Seattle was friendly. They thanked him. That winter, Chief Seattle and his people did not live at Old Man House. The Suquamish and Duwamish Indians camped at Alki Point. The Indians taught the Bostons to fish for salmon and dig clams. When the baby had no milk, they taught his mother to feed him on clam juice. The settlers finished 2 log cabins. They wanted to build another, but there were no more small trees nearby for log walls. Chief Seattle pointed to some huge cedar trees. "Big trees will make good lodges," he told the settlers. Arthur Denny shook his head. "We need smaller logs for cabin walls," he said. "My people will show you what to do," said the chief. The Indians cut down a great cedar tree. They stripped off the bark to use for rope, baskets, and clothes. Then, using a sharp stone, they split the big log into slabs. The cedar split cleanly and evenly. "Cabin walls," said Chief Seattle. After that, the settlers built slab houses instead of log cabins. The Indians liked the settlers, but they could not understand their ways. White women wanted the Indians to knock before coming into their cabins. They became angry when Indians helped themselves to food. "Bostons do not share as Indians do," Seattle told his people. "We must learn white man's ways. Then we can live together in peace."